Touchdown, Plainfield South.
Win's a win, but that had to feel pretty freaking good.
It did feel really good. It was my first homecoming win throughout high school. So.
And a couple of pair of interceptions today from you.
Yes, I had two interceptions.
So honestly, you played a great game for homecoming.
Yes.
It's got to get you at least a date.
Maybe.
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 Hey, looking ahead right now. What do you think the team's psyche is? I mean, you guys needed this win. This was going to be a barn burner, and you guys took care of business here.
Yeah.
You got 3 games left. Got to win all 3.
Absolutely.
So what do you think? I mean,
we just got to stay more disciplined. We got to practice harder and stay more focused. That was a big thing the last couple of games. We weren't really focused too much, and it hurt us in the end of the game. So
this is an important win for you guys. I mean, the season could have been over tonight.
Yeah, well, it was basically a playoff game. We were a little off focus because it's homecoming week, but once the game started, we got focused and we did what we had to do.
Does a game like this help end some of the frustration, because you're a good football team, but I don't think you get the respect of a good team.
Right, like we've been unfocused at the wrong times. We don't finish, but this game we finally finished.
You got a lot to come up. But we'll talk about next week. What do you got to do now? I mean, obviously you got homecoming week to wrap up, but how do you get that focus back on Monday and say, hey man, we got to focus on the playoffs?
Well, tomorrow we're going to go in, look at film, then have fun Saturday night, and then Monday is back to business as usual.
Do you feel like, I mean, is there some nerves maybe on the sidelines when you got a big lead like that? Like you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop?
Yes.
Like we're just going to let our guard down and all of a sudden, bam?
I was telling the whole sideline not to get comfortable. Plainfield North is known for coming back. I think they came back from North. They were down by 21 in the second half, so we weren't having that this week.
You guys started off a little rough there, but you had some fight in you for a while. You got the game interesting, made it interesting, but the turnovers really hurt you tonight.
Turnovers are tough, and they were, I think they brought a little more of the physical part of the game we had some issues with early on. But when we tried to get back in it, I like the way our guys fought. We played with a lot of intensity, a lot of toughness, but we just gave the ball back to them too many times, and we couldn't sustain drives, and we had our defense on the field too much.
Yeah, when you got behind a little bit, it kind of made you one-dimensional. You had to throw the ball because you had to keep the clock stopped,
right?
And get quick scores.
And we did some good things. We got some people over. We had some good plays, and some kids made some great plays. We just, like I said, couldn't sustain it, and the turnovers were killer. I mean, we couldn't overcome that.
The win, did that play a factor in the struggling for the passing game?
Nah, not really. I don't think so. I think that that was just part of the deal. I think some of them floated because of the win, but overall it was just a situation both teams had to deal with. And we threw the ball well at times. Other times we didn't, and it showed up. And I can't fault our kids. We did a great job coming back and trying to make a game of it. But give Coach Kuhn and his kids credit. They came out and they took it to us. And congratulations to them. They played a hell of a game.
How tough is it to coach up and down, though? I mean, you got big win against Plainfield. It's like, big Plainfield North, you got a big win, and a big loss to Romeoville, and then the next week is going to be another big win again.
It's an
SBC.
Yeah, you just don't know. I mean, every week's tough, and we knew that coming in here. We thought they're a pretty good football team. The record doesn't really mean anything. Who they've played has been demonstrated very well that they have a good football team, and they played a tough Oswego team. They were in the lead the third quarter, so we knew coming in it was going to be a dogfight. We knew we had to limit our turnovers to stop their big plays, and we didn't do a very good job of either, and the score indicates that.
Coach Kuhn, hey, that's a big win for your program, especially this time of year. You needed that win. You needed a win that not only you didn't just squeak out a win, you decisively beat Plainfield South at homecoming. Big crowd here. It has to feel good at this point of the season.
Well, yeah, it feels good, and I'll be honest with you, whether it's a 1-point win or a 20-point win, it didn't matter. Our whole goal was to get a W tonight, give ourselves a chance to get in the postseason, and we're in that situation right now where we need to win every single week if we want to play Week 10, and the guys know that. And I thought they were real focused this week. Things I'm probably the most proud of them about. I thought we got better on defense. We played probably the best we have all year against the run game, and that's something we struggle with early on in a couple of games. And ourselves running the ball, we haven't been able to run the ball, or we haven't been as efficient running the ball as what I had hoped to be. And we've kind of really relied on the pass the last couple of weeks. This week, the run was working. We got in a situation where we got up in the game, and it's one of those things, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, we really stayed with the run game, and just, Kelvin Gill and Ryan Fitzpatrick, the three of them did a phenomenal job. But, you got to tip your hat to the offensive line. They took care of their four guys up front, and then we let our backs take care of the backers, and, the backs all ran hard. I don't think any of them went down on one hit. They were always getting yards after contact, and, that's what we expect out of them, and I thought they did a great job tonight.
Sal's coach, Coach Bubba said, hey, Romeoville is probably one of the more underrated football teams out there based on who you played and how you played. You were up against Oswego. This is a good football team here.
That's something we talked
kids
about.
believe in it, though.
Yeah,
right?
and that's something we talked about. It's hard to be a 1-4 team and say you're a good team. But those 4 losses came to all teams with 4-1 or 3-2 records, and with the exception of the Bolingbrook game, every game we're in it right to the end. So, we told the guys that you're a good team. You've just come up short in a couple of games, but you're good enough to beat anybody on the schedule. And, they got to believe in that, and we believe in them, and we're going to keep working. Now we're going to get ready for Plainfield North next week.